Hello moon babies, it's Molly. How are you? Welcome to this video. Welcome back to the studio. If you're new here, my name is Molly. I'm an art witch, author, illustrator, and fellow beauty seeker. In this video, I want to brainstorm and share and riff some ideas with you about how we can use art spells to draw more beauty into our lives, into our art practices, into our magical practices. So I think it's important to define what we mean by beauty for the sake of this video. We're not talking about the beauty industry. We're not talking about beauty standards. We're talking about beauty with a capital B. We're talking about aesthetic pleasure. We're talking about the ecstasy of things like wonder, succulence, juiciness, aliveness, harmony, sensual bliss. Yes, please. So the following are just a sprinkling of ideas for you to play with about how you could use art spells to draw in and experience more beauty in your life. So let's do it. Let's play. So the first idea I have for you is the wonder oculus, or the beauty oculus. And I'll show you mine. This is a wonder oculus, and it is essentially a viewfinder. This is the wonder oculus from my book, Rainbow Magic. I'll link that for you if you'd like to check that out. But essentially what it is a tool to help you zone in on beauty when it can feel difficult to find, or the circumstances feel so mundane that there couldn't be something beautiful or magical about it. But what a wonder oculus does is it allows us to change the way we view the world. And when we change the way we view the world changes. So you could create a viewfinder to help you hunt for beauty in unlikely places. And you can make your wonder oculus out of anything that you like, anything that turns you on. You might also enjoy using the wonder oculus idea, but instead of an actual viewfinder, you might use it as a pendant or create a necklace that acts as a beauty finder, something that frames the eye of your heart. The next idea I have for you is the muse abode. So what is a muse abode? This is a riff on the idea of spirit houses or spirit bottles, but instead of attempting to trap or contain a spirit, we are creating a muse abode to invite the muses to come and rest a while, to come and lounge with us. So maybe your muse abode is a soft nest that you decorate and craft for your altar. It could be a beautiful bottle that you leave uncapped, or a wonderful, gorgeous, generous cup or chalice of some kind. It could also be fun to create a little tiny house, like a castle for a fairy garden or something like that. Use recycled materials. You could use a thrifted birdhouse to create a whole palatial abode for your muse. How could you create a muse abode for your altar or your creative space to invite the muse to rest, relax, and linger? When I think about beauty magic, one of the things that comes to mind immediately is mirrors and mirror work. So you might wish to create a witch's mirror specifically designed to help you bolster your feelings of inner beauty, self-respect, self-love. Mirror work can also be great in constructing a strong glamour. There's so many ways that we could play with this, right? So you could use a mirror that you thrift. It could be big or small. Maybe it's a compact mirror, something that you carry with you, but you could festoon it with your own painted designs. Perhaps you create an assemblage with flowers and beads and things that you love, things that speak to your inner child or your inner glamorous witch. So fun. This is also an idea that I think could translate well to the second dimension. So witches who love to work in their grimoires or their sacred art journals, you could create a mirror in your book for this purpose as well. We can do so many things with mirror work. Mirror work can be a gentle way to be lovingly curious about yourself. It can be great for cultivating self-confidence as well as casting off cultural lies that are holding you back and holding you hostage. So a sacred mirror for a witch, great ally in your beauty magic. This one's fun. I call this the bliss sprinkler. So I recently took a class with a really, really incredible local witch, and we were talking about folk traditions of Northern Europe. And one of the things that she described in the class were wheat weavings that were placed over a door frame with the idea that the wheat weaving would sprinkle blessings onto the people who walked through the home. And I thought, what a great inspiration for creating beauty magic in our own homes and our creative spaces. Okay, so how could this look? Maybe the bliss sprinkler is a sun catcher, or maybe it's a ribbon wreath where all of the ribbons dangle down and blow in the wind, or maybe it's something you make out of beads. I know I have tons of fiber art witches out there. Maybe this is a beautiful hanging that you create or crochet. It could be a stick with bundles of flowers tied to it, or maybe it's a disco ball that you have decorated in a sacred way. But the idea is that we make this mobile or hanging to sprinkle blessings of beauty and bliss on all who pass through or travel under it. And come to think of it just now, this could be a really lovely addition to your bedroom, to be showered with bliss and beauty while you sleep. I'd love to hear your ideas about how you would create your own custom bliss sprinkler. This next one is less of a spell idea and more of a spell ingredient possibility, but that's copper wire. Now, in Western planetary magic traditions, copper is associated with the planet Venus, and Venus represents the celestial intelligence responsible for beauty, art, and harmony. And we can invite all of those beautiful, juicy Venusian influences into our work by using copper wire. And there's so much we can do with that, right? We can make jewelry, we could make candle rings, little bowls, baskets, garden decor. You might wish to create charms to wear or include in your grimoire. You might also enjoy altering some of your art magic tools. So things like wrapping your brushes and carving tools or water jars with copper wire to invite more of that wonderful, beautiful Venusian influence into your art and practice. This next one's sort of goofy, but that's why I love it. What about creating a beauty sponge amulet? I wanted to put this one out there because I know that there are many of us who actually have difficulty accepting beauty. We have a difficult time accepting beautiful experiences, or it's difficult for us to accept beautiful words that are said about us. We feel undeserving or even guilty about experiencing those things. So what if we created a sponge amulet to help us soften and absorb those beautiful experiences. Beauty sponge, squish, squish, squish. So how could we play with this? We could make a little friend, perhaps a little poppet or a little depiction of an animal out of a sponge. There's lots of tutorials about how to do this with rubber bands. Some of them are incredibly cute and silly. I love them. Maybe we cut a sponge into a personally significant shape and cover it with fabric and maybe include some stones and herbs the way that you would in a spell pouch, but the body of the pouch is made out of a sponge or spongy material. You might want to work with a natural sponge and see what it would like you to do. We could also play with sponge painting in our grimoires or sponge painting your petition papers if you are doing spell work for asking for more beauty and softness in your life. How could you play with a sponge in your art magic to allow you to absorb and soak in all of the beauty that this life has to offer? The last idea I have for you today, moon babies, is the witch's compass. We could create a compass as a magical tool to help lead us in the direction of beauty. So we could do this in a lot of ways. I have a little compass here that I picked up inexpensively from a store we have here called American Science and Surplus. But you could alter an existing compass. You might want to make a compass out of paper. I've seen some very cute compass ornaments made out of jar lids, like mason jar lids or your recycled jar lids. You could do that. You could also create an image of a compass for your wall. Maybe you create a compass in your grimoire. What would it be like to create a compass to support you in navigating the open waters or the wilderness of life in the direction of beauty? I hope you had a lot of fun with these ideas today, moon babies. And if the idea of going deeper and luxuriating in beauty magic sounds like fun to you, I wanted to let you know that 28 Days of Beauty Magic to Inspire Your Juicy Life is open for registration right now. We spend a month together going on beauty quests and doing beauty spells, and there's a gorgeous coven of witches that get together and talk about living and creating magic in the name of beauty. So if that sounds interesting to you, I will leave a link down below. And just a side note, patrons get a lovely beefy discount on all of the courses I offer. I would love to hear about your ideas for creating magical images or devices to invite more beauty into your life. I want to thank you so much for being here, for being you, and for all the magic that you bring to this world. It's needed. It's appreciated. And until we speak again, my friends, witch on, witch boldly, be well, and walk in beauty. Bye for now. Mwah.